Hello, today I'm going to show you how to move some shapes from one document into a new empty document. So to do this, we need to be in Photoshop, we need to go to File, we need to go to New, we need to make sure that the document type says Custom, we need to change our pixels to centimeters and then put in the width and height of our choice. So I'm going to go for 30 for width and 20 for height. I'm going to make sure my resolution is 300 and I'm going to call it a name that I'm going to remember. So empty box 1 and click OK. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my first shape. So I'm going to go to File, Open. I'm going to use this shape. I'm going to open it up. And then if you see your first, second, third, fourth icon down, if you right click on it, you'll have a selection of either the quick selection tool or the magic wand. Because it's quite a simple shape, I'm going to go for magic wand and I'm just going to click on the shape. And you'll see that the little line of marching ants just surrounds the shape. And then I'm going to go to edit and copy. And then I'm going to go into my empty box 1 document and edit and paste. If you want to, you can just drag the shapes in, that's absolutely fine, it's whichever way you prefer to do it. If you want to move the shape within the space, you've got to go to your drag tool and then you're going to be able to move it around. So I'm going to place it in the corner. What you then notice is the box is very big and the shape is quite small. So I'm going to increase the scale. I'm going to go to Edit, Transform and Scale. Now, before I start dragging the boxes, it's really important that you put your finger on the Shift key before increasing or decreasing, because that will make sure it stays in the same shape. So with my finger on the Shift key, I can now increase or decrease it and the ratio stays the same. If I forget, I'm going to take my finger off the Shift key now. If I forget to do that, what you're going to end up doing is distorting the image. So always make sure, my finger's gone back on the Shift key, that you increase or decrease with the Shift button pressed. When you're happy with it, you can either press the Enter key or tick. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to open up a new shape, new file. This time I'm going to go for the A icon, open that up. Now this time, instead of going for the quick selection tool, no, actually I will. I'm going to go for the quick selection tool just to show you what might happen. So click and drag. Now on the whole it's quite accurate, but you can see here that it has gone a bit out. So we'll click on the magnifying tool. Now we need to go into the third icon down, the lasso. We need to go to the middle one, the polygon. And then we need to go to this one, the subtraction with a little black square. If we click on that, then we can effectively click on here, on here, on here, and on here. And you'll see that the line comes back into shape. So I'm just going to go back onto my magnifying glass, right click on the screen and then click Fit on Screen. And all I have to do now is copy and paste that in. So edit, copy, go into my empty box, edit and paste. Again, if I want to move it, I need to be on my drag tool so I can drag it around. If I want to make it bigger, I go to Edit, Transform and Scale. I remember to have my finger on the Shift button and I can increase or decrease the scale. Then I'll move it into place here and then I'll tick it. Now, at the moment, if you look at the layers palette, the only thing I can move is the A. That's because that's the layer that's selected. If I suddenly want to move the red shape around, I would need to click on that layer and all of a sudden I can move that shape around. If I want to bring the red shape in front of the A, then I just need to move it to the top, and it goes to the top. And if I change my mind and I want the A symbol that's on top, then move it back. And we can move the shapes around. Now, the last thing you might want to do is a final crop. So put the crop tool. It's up to you if you want to put any numbers in it, or whether you just want to crop using the rule of thirds, or whether you just want to do it by eye. So when you are totally happy with your composition, I would go to layer and flatten to start with, and then I would right click on the background, I would duplicate, okay, go to FX, click on stroke, put in a line of 2 pixels wide, make sure it's inside and the colour is black, and press OK. And then again I would layer, I would flatten it, I would just make sure that the size is reasonable, so I would go into image, image size, again it's probably a bit too big, so I would make the width 15, and because the proportions are constrained, it'll give you the right height. That's okay, and then that's our final image. All you need to do is to go to File, Save As, call it another name, maybe Finish Design 1, make sure that it's a JPEG, and then you can save it into your Apple Cart or into your desktop and move into your Apple Cart. And that's the end of the tutorial.